with us. And also interesting to know the questions and things that might be going on while you're on drive with us.
Hey, we live in a beautiful place.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but when everything is beautiful around you, it sure makes it quite easy and friendly on the eye.
Don't you think that if you look any place in nature, any situation, if you look hard enough, it's always perfect and beautiful. Like if you look at these clouds, they couldn't be more perfect than they are, right?
Everything, right, exactly that. Actually, looking at that, James, that's quite an interesting area. Beautiful marula tree there. And there's little bits of cloud. You like clouds there, James?
Yeah, it's very pretty. Yeah?
All the different shapes, all the water up there.
In a way, there's lots of life up there too, eh? If it wasn't for the clouds that brought the rain, there'd be nothing.
Exactly, yeah. It's all one big organism almost. Stunning setting. Yeah, go Jan.
Peter, yeah, I've just got a question from Lorraine from South Carolina. And have you ever been in a dangerous situation and in one of these game drives, such as poachers or very angry animals?
Lorraine, no, not really. I've never come across poachers on drive. We've seen the effects of poachers, but never come across poachers. Normally poachers are also quite afraid of people because they're normally sneaking around. So it's only in certain areas where it's a very aggressive environment that would be a problem. In terms of very angry animals, I can't say I've ever been in one of those situations too. I've been chased by a few things and charged by a lot of things, but animals only really get angry if you make them angry. The same as, actually not the same as humans. Some humans are just angry. But with animals, live in an environment where if you give them their space and their respect, they're not going to get angry with you. So most big animals, if they maybe do give you a little bit of a mock charge or a charge, it's normally just to communicate to you that you're making me a bit uncomfortable. Or sometimes even, I've had it a few times with rhinos on walks where the wind is playing tricks and the rhinos are running away from your smell and they end up running towards you. But so I've never been in a situation with angry animals. In terms of being dangerous situations, again, I think if you really try and do things correctly and with a lot of respect and understanding of the animal, things that might look dangerous won't necessarily be dangerous. But of course things can happen. Sometimes they go a little bit wrong, but then you just react. Us as humans can also do a lot of things. You can react back, you can think, you can respond in a certain way to the animal, or if all else fails, I promise you, you can run very, very fast. I've run very, very fast with cameras in hand and sandals on even. That's a fantastic view here. Just so much activity around the water. Look at all those baboons and impalas, zebras. A little bit of a lodge in the background there as well. That's Voyatella. All these different species coexisting.
Just to add on to that question, Geraldine asked, do Peter and other people take out any form of protection when going on the drives, or do they just go by instinct?
Go a little bit forward. Geraldine, I'll answer that question now. I just want to see those baboons are climbing around quite nicely there. We don't really take, well, I guess we do. James sprayed some bug spray on earlier to protect him from mosquitoes and things. But sorry, Geraldine, I'm just being tongue-in-cheek here, a bit facetious. But we don't take any rifles with us. I presume that's what you're referring to. The game drives out here, because they're taking guests out, they do take rifles with them. And in South Africa, if you take game drives in Big 5 areas, normally people take rifles with them. There's baboons playing hide and seek there. What's this impala calling about? But in terms of actually taking firearms with us, it's not something I feel the need for on a vehicle, even on foot, unless I've got multiple people with you. Then there's a huge benefit in the case that the rifle makes them feel safer. Because of that, they'll respond better to when you tell them things. But we don't take anything with us. We just, in a vehicle, you're quite safe. Look at all those species together. Beautiful Birchall zebra, impala, baboons. What an amazing place. So yeah, in short, we don't take firearms with us, but we do take our wits with us and our understanding and our respect and our love for nature, and that should be, in a lot of circumstances, enough to keep us on the right side of safety. They're beautiful animals. Eh? There's a lot of sudden alertness going on here. These zebras as well, you see they're looking around. Not making warning calls yet, but it's as if they might be seeing something. Got a few impalas calling here. Again, not at anything specific yet, but there's a little bit of nervous energy suddenly. Might behoove us to just stick around this area, see what might be showing up. It's also waterbuck, impala, zebra, baboons. That's 4 species. They're gorgeous zebras, James.
They look so pretty. I mean, you know, if you just immerse yourself in the colours on them,
Look at that.
It's amazing.
It really is. I think if we had to sit down for millennia as humans and come up with designs for animals, we wouldn't be as creative as nature has been. I mean, just look at these things. Beautiful looking animals.
Look at that mane, eh?
Yeah, I was just looking at those two on the left with their heads, sort of a big and a small head together. That one does have very nice mane, like James was mentioning there. This looks like probably the stallion of the herd. Not probably, he is the stallion. Actually, I remember this guy. I photographed him a month or 2 ago. James, I think you might have been on drive with me, even close to Buffelshoek Dam.
Yes.
And we spoke about his spectacular mane. Oh, look at that, 3 heads. That looks amazing. Hope someone's photographing that while they're watching it with us. James doing a nice bit of focusing there as well. Nice one.
Yeah, they're cool, eh?
That's beautiful. But yeah, he's a beautiful stallion. Nice, thick, lush mane. And also in nature, the same as us as humans, maybe instinctively, when we look for potential partners, we look for health. Virility is a very important thing. And this stallion certainly is doing well. He's got a nice harem of females, and he's still looking good and healthy. I'm not quite sure why these animals are making noise. It doesn't seem to be a specific threat. Let's go around to the water a little bit. I was going to stop again and look at the baboons and the impala, but I want to tear ourselves away from here with the vehicle. Jan will probably take you back to all those animals. There's a massive mix of game there. But I want to cover some ground, see if we can't find some cats tonight. It's been too long. Gosh, look at this. As coincidence would have it, we haven't seen too many spider hunting wasps. Just sitting behind the leaves there, unfortunately. Actually, can you see that? Is that the eye that you can see there? That little white dot there behind the leaf.
You get really close. No,
Oh, it's a bit of spider web. Let's have a look at that spider web again quickly, James. It's out of interest. Very small web, so it would have been a small spider species that lives there. I don't think. I thought for a minute maybe that's what the wasp was doing there, but it's whatever spider lives there will be too small for the wasp to be interested in it.
Maybe an hors d'oeuvre before the main web.
Spicing. Good point. These guys typically catch quite large spiders, quite often rain spiders, and then they lay their eggs inside that spider and they bury the spider while it's almost sort of immobilized. It's not totally dead, and then when the egg hatches, the larva feeds on the spider. But I think this one is just sitting around a bit. Let's go look around.